Hey y'all, this is Moni.
And this is Kat.
Hey Kat. And this is the Fake Ass Book Club. Wait, can we both say it or no?
Welcome back, you guys. It's your girl, Moni.
And this is Kat.
And we are the Fake Ass Book Club. So welcome back, you guys.
Yes, and thank you for newcomers.
You guys are the best. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah. You get to... I'm going to do a quick introduction about our book club because people always want to know what's a fake ass book club. And it has nothing to do with BBLs. It's just a colloquialism for when something is very fake. So we do read books. Not today though. Today you guys this is going to be a quick catch up and mustard because this is actually all Moni's fault. I'm going to throw her under the bus. She had to go out of town and visit her family.
You know me.
So so we weren't able to record in person, but because we're unstoppable and because we allow the episodes to be fake, we're still gonna have a new episode up tomorrow, approximately 7:30 Eastern Standard Time.
Oh my goodness. Wait. Not tomorrow, Wednesday.
Correct. Even righter.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I'm already, to me it feels like Tuesday. Today's been so long.
Well it's been so long, friend.
Yeah, I feel like, but it's still Monday. That's crazy. And thank you, Jennifer, for saying we look like we're in our 20s. I always like to say I'm like as fun as two like 24-year-olds.
Amen. I see what you did there, friend. I like it. My goodness. So this is officially a fake ass episode. If you were here to watch us struggle in terms of getting this whole live situation together, typically we don't record live episodes on YouTube, but because it's like, you got to be creative sometimes when your plans don't go how they're supposed to, and we hung in there and Kat figured it out.
And Moni, we all figured it out. I
was there too.
Piece by piece, step by step, we did it. We are masters of the media space.
Oh my goodness, yes we are, friends. So like my friend Kat here said, this is a fake ass episode this week, you guys. So really, it is just gonna be kind of a catch up. Sometimes I do, like I have been like, if I see stories on social media or things that pop up, like I'll copy and paste links and stuff too, so I may even be able to pop onto some of those. Maybe if we never run out of stuff to talk about, but that could be interesting as well.
We surely do not.
And I love to pop over to Reddit too, so I'm not mad.
I do know that about you
and get into people's business.
And Jennifer said she thinks we're fun.
Oh, excellent. Thank you.
And
this is so many compliments. I need you here every day. This is great.
Yes. What would we have done? We'd have just been out here just flailing away. If you want to, Jennifer, you should follow us on Instagram. We're at the F.A.B podcast on IG. Yep. And I think it would be a fun follow for you. Yes, and then if you want to follow us, and we follow back.
It's true. Also too, we're on TikTok, you guys. Same thing, the F.A.B podcast. I feel like we should go live and stuff. I know I've said this. I'm just saying this on this episode, but we should go live more over there too, because just like YouTube, like you get people like Jennifer who just really. Jennifer don't know us. She just popped in on our live. I'm curious to know why. Not like it's great, but you know what I mean? Like you're like, who's gonna pop up on a live? But like people actually do pop up that we don't know. Like I think we get more people we do know popping in on our live for on IG and stuff like that. Yeah, so we get to make new friends, I think, when we do other mediums. So yeah, shout out to you, girlie. That was very
and
nice.
And I just think strangers are friends we haven't met.
That's right. So granted, things don't get creepy. Not with you. You would never do that, Jennifer. But sometimes people do. They can get a little weird. So hopefully we don't get into that.
But guess what? I can get weirder.
That's true, and you can always like block people too. There's that.
That's true.
And
I've been so good at blocking people on Threads.
Why have
it
you
makes
had to
me
block
feel
people?
so powerful. I'm gonna get into it after the dedication.
All right, let's do this thing that we do, friends, so we can get into our fake ass episode. So, guys, if you're new here, every episode we like to dedicate it. So, hands over your hearts, really quick here, guys. And for those who are live, picture or not picture. What's the listening word for picture?
Imagine.
Thank you, friends. It's been a long day. Imagine you're hearing the National Black Anthem right now in the background. So, every week we like to dedicate our episode to our patrons. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. Thank you. Also, I'm gonna dedicate this. I dedicated my last episode to my cousin Essie, but I want to dedicate it to her again. I love you, cuz. Hang in there. I also want to dedicate this to you know what? Next month's my Gigi's birthday, man. She's about to be 91. Dedicated to my grandma, who's gonna be 91 this year. Love you very, very much. What about you, friend?
Fabulous. Yes, and I'm dedicating my episode this week to Miss Rachel for Littles. She has been going hard on Threads. People have been coming after Miss Rachel because she is not with the she's not backing down. She's like, I stand for all children everywhere. I don't care what you people say. She had made a comment about the Nolan Wells case, about how if the colors had been reversed, it would have been handled very differently. And the racists came after her, and she's not backing down. Yeah, Miss Rachel is not playing with them. And neither have I. I've been going toe to toe with some very problematic people on Threads. But my other dedication is to all of the people who did the counter protest in Fishers, because they were doing that KKK rally, and they had way more people in the counter protest than there were at the bad rally. So yeah, dedication over, but I really wanted to, because it's crazy out here. It is really crazy out here. So people have been coming after Miss Rachel for her defense of Nolan Wells and also the children in Palestine. Like, for some reason, people are just really mad at her for all the wrong reasons. But it was a reminder as to why there is why a lot of times history, they don't want to teach it. Because they're always like, oh, well, we don't want to teach them about slavery and stuff because it'll make, the white children feel bad. But oh, yay, thanks for coming back, Jennifer. But it's like, no, like, why would they feel bad? There were lots of white people who fought side by side with black people. Like, they were called abolitionists. But it's like, it's interesting to me how they always assume that their children will identify with the racists. Why do you think they wouldn't identify with the abolitionists? Because there's always been Miss Rachels. There's always been people out here. They've been doing like all kinds of counter protests, like not just last Saturday, but like for the past couple weeks, like because they were trying to have a mass deportation rally.
I kind of heard about that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So they ended up because they kept trying to keep it secret because they knew people were gonna run up on them. So Saturday it rained really hard, so they basically ended up having it in like a swamp. Oh. Like, you see pictures from it and stuff. It was very sad. But the counter protest stuff, there was way more. I have to believe like life is like Steven Universe and there's more good than bad.
This is why I keep you around, friend, because I promise you, sometimes I'm looking at my news feed and I'm just like, because so we do have an actual book that we have a couple books coming up for the book club that we're going to be reviewing soon. And one of the books that we're going to review is All the Noise All at Once. And it's a book that they assigned to my son. He's going into the 9th grade, and it really, really, really talks about, it's not exactly like the Nolan Wells case, but of course it's like adjacent to it. You know what I mean? And it's very much triggering for me, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're even reading this book because there's so many parallels to what we see in real life, obviously. And, you know, I have a son who's 14. And so, you know, some of the same advice that I may have given my son about a situation where he felt like he was outnumbered or somebody was coming after him, like, defend yourself, right? Like, don't, you know what I'm saying? Especially if there's kids who are trying to attack you, like multiple, you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, it's messed up because you have to address the fact that like things don't get handled differently, and how quickly they ran through that whole case, and how now, you know, here's this additional evidence is coming up and all that. Just, I mean, even the clip from the Percival Everett episode. So we reviewed a book called The Trees by Percival Everett. Kat was kind enough to put together a clip that I had kind of forgotten about, and we were even talking about in that episode about like the lynchings and the history of the lynchings, which the book kind of like made fun of, which is not funny. You just have to go back and listen to that episode.
It was satire.
It was very much satire, and it touches on these same things. You have these corrupt coroners, you have these corrupt government officials, and then you have sort of this trial by public where people are, you know, just, you know, you're judging a situation, and it's super polarizing because of the way that, you know, everything is politicized, you know what I mean? So
the way it's being presented and stuff.
Yes,
but yeah, what really hit me with the Percival Everett thing when I went back on the clip was that the coroner, you know, because that's kind of like with the Mississippi case, where it was kind of like, oh, this coroner is, you know, has some very interesting connections to not so savory groups. And Jennifer, to answer your question, our next podcast is technically going to be this live. That's going to be this Wednesday, but our next new episode to you will be on the 12th. But if you want more of us, we have 5 years of content on YouTube and Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcast, you will find us. The Fake Ass Book Club.
Yeah, I want to say around 270 episodes, girly. So you
yeah,
you got a lot. You got a lot to pick from. So it is. Well, good for Miss Rachel. You know what I'm saying? Like, for standing on business. I do think it's hard to stand for stuff now because, like I said, I mean, like the conversation, it's hard to have nuanced conversations on social media about things that are important because, I mean, people are really just taking sound bites. You're taking, you know, so things get taken out of context, or, you know what I mean? Like, it's just easy to take one thing
a little
and
snapshot.
turn it into something else. Yeah, and turn it into something else, and then use a broad kind of brush to stroke. You know, it's like that's not what we're saying. So I just feel like there's always that too, and you're always going to combat that. So I think it's important to have conversations outside of social media that are meaningful, you know, with the people in your life and with people around you, because that's how you
and
change
use
stuff.
that block button. It makes me feel so powerful. So I've been doing that a lot with Threads. Whenever I've been posting stuff and people have something negative to say, I respond to them and it's like, listen, you sound miserable, but it's not too late to have a happy life. And I've seen lots of people like you who at the end of their life, they're alone and miserable, being taken care of by people they deemed inferior. Oof. And but that does not have to be your life. You can turn it around. And then I block them. I just give them that message of hope, and then because I'm not going back and forth. You lose way too much of your life going back and forth, and especially if they're a bot. Like, that's the silliest thing in the world. Like, so many of the negativity, because they know you'll stay engaged if you're arguing. So a lot of times I go on people's profile just to make sure it doesn't look bottish.
No, you go on there to see if their kids are unattractive, so that if you need to drag them on the internet. See, that's the kind of stuff I feel like if listen, I've evolved, but it's like I don't even really look at comments. Like, I know people be like, oh, the funniest stuff be in the comments and stuff. Like, unless somebody's pointing them out to me, I typically don't even look. Cause
I will
like,
say the comment section of Threads, I am.
Do you get your life?
Oh, I have so much fun. Like I said, now that I've blocked, you know, I've figured out, because now I was never on Twitter, but now, because when I used to hear people talking about getting into Twitter beefs, I'm like, that is so silly. But now I understand how it can happen, because it's like, I have to make you see how wrong you are. And then I'm like, wait a minute. No, I don't.
No, you don't. Just block them.
I could get on with the rest of my free black life.
You sure could, and you should. So what was the latest?
And I did.
What was the latest thing you said on Threads that you had to like block some? Like, what was the last little thing?
Well, besides the usually I'm because I've been going super hard on the Nolan Wells stuff, but also someone had brought up, they're like, can we do a class action lawsuit against the United States as Black people? And I just pointed out that, you know, recently, like back in March, the UN passed a resolution declaring the transatlantic slave trade the gravest crime against humanity in human history. And people just had so many things to say about that. Like, because I pointed out the only countries that voted against that referendum were the United States, Argentina, and Israel. And I was like, that's, you know, interesting. But I pointed out that laid down a framework for possible reparations through international courts. I was just saying, like, it wouldn't do well in the United States because obviously. they're not with the they're not going to admit, they've never apologized for it. They're just like, why is everyone still talking about that? We don't even do that anymore.
At the time, so why would I retroactively, like, you know, apologize for something that was legal before, you know? Like, that's kind of the energy. So
even though they did that for the Japanese, and I'm not even mad about that. They should have. Like, you know, Jewish people got reparations from Germany, and they should have, like that. And I mean, I'm just noticing a pattern, and then for some reason when it comes to us, they're just like, just forget about all that. You don't even think about it.
Stop your crying and start your bootstrapping, you know, so we can burn down your town, you know, right after you do this.
It's pretty, but I will say, like, the reason I think this Nolan Wells thing has me in such a chokehold is probably because I have a Black son. And so it just hits super hard, and it feels very gaslighty. That's what I was pointing out to people, especially after hearing the audio from the boat call. I don't know if you've heard it. For people who haven't, I mean, you don't have to listen to it if you don't want to, but anyone with a keen ear, you can. And actually there was an audio engineer who cleaned up the audio and removed the operator's voice, so you can just hear what's happening on the boat. And you can hear them, like, asking things like, is he dead? You killed him. Nolan, wake up. Like, things like that. And people are like, no, they're just saying no, because they're trying to say the boat was sinking. But when the operator does ask, do you want me to call the Coast Guard? They were like, no. Like, they gave a very hard no, like, don't call the Coast Guard. Yeah, so it's stuff like that where you have people who are just like, why is everyone making this about race? And it's like, Miss Rachel already told y'all, if the races were reversed, it was, you know, it wouldn't be within, before they even got the autopsy, I think the medical examiner was trying to say there was no foul play before they even got all the evidence, much like the trees. You know, when we were reading that, like, if the coroner and the prosecutor and the medical examiner are all in cahoots, because someone was trying to say, well, more Black people, you know, kill Black people than white people in Mississippi. I was like, hold up. I'm talking about killing with impunity. They lock them Black people up. You should know that. But
and they
also
police them harder too, and they get sentenced harsher and all of that stuff. Like, there is no pause when it comes to Black people. Like, that's kind of the point. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's always the benefit of doubt that's always, like, baked into this. Even, like, because and just now I think I was confusing. No, there's just so many victims, you know, young Black victims. But the young man that was at the track meet that stabbed the kid, what was his name?
Yeah, Carmelo Anthony.
Wow, I remember that. Anyway. Yeah, like, with a situation like that, that's actually what I was speaking to when I was saying, like, about protecting yourself, like the kind of advice I would give my kid. And I just feel like when you look at other cases, because they were pulling up other cases that were super similar, except for it was like he stabbed him once and got up out of there and even said what happened, you know what I mean? And they're dismissing all this other evidence and trying to make the trial really quick and stuff. And it's like, I just feel like if it was turned around and it was you know, they always make us into monsters. Like the end result is that they're going to make an example out of the black and brown kids. Those white kids get shorter sentences. You know what I mean? Probation. Even that kid that raped the sister on the cruise ship got to do his house. He gets to be on house arrest until his trial
instead of under the jail.
What are you talking about? Like, it's those kinds of things. It's like, you know, and then like having to, like you're saying, like you are instantly like picturing your own kids in these situations, and it's just like,
even the shout out to Be Easy podcast, because they're in the live. I don't know if it's Brandon or Keisha, but big love to you both.
Hey,
but
Liz.
yeah, they were saying the audio was very chilling and showed the arrogance of the I'm done calling them kids. Just gentle correction. These are all people who are over 18, would be tried as adults. I think the media is trying to paint them as kids to make them more sympathetic, especially the Bart character. Because at first Bart tried to say he was in Wyoming. I wasn't even there, but now they're being like, no, somebody was saying Bart on that audio, so now Bart all of a sudden was there. But Bart was over 21, and they're talking about, oh, well, Nolan was heavily intoxicated. Well, he was 19. Who gave him alcohol? Because if he did die because of alcohol reasons, whoever served him this alcohol is liable. Whoever owned the boat he was drinking alcohol on is liable. So yeah, there's actually everybody's moving very strange, and like I said, they're moving like because they're used to these things being they're not used to it going out this long. So I'm usually arguing with people on Threads about the reason we're making such a fuss is so that this stays in the conversation, because if it doesn't, they're just like, oh, case closed, nothing to see here, just another. Everybody knows they can't swim because they're trying to say he drowned, but they because did you hear Colin Kaepernick paid for a private autopsy? Well, when they shipped the body, they didn't send the lungs or the throat. See, every detail you get, it gets more and more like, all right then, stop playing in our faces, Mississippi.
Yeah, because they're not really known for that, you know.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Mississippi is. It is.
It's very
it's a whole nother.
No, go ahead. Finish your sentence. Sorry, the lag.
Oh no, I was done.
It's a whole nother. Okay, fine. So
what?
You didn't finish it. You said it was a whole nother, because I think I interrupted you. But anywho, a whole nother world. I was gonna say, I think the trees, was that Mississippi? Percival?
Yeah, Money, Mississippi. Listen, quick correction, because in the episode we were talking like we didn't know if Money, Mississippi was a real place. It is. That is actually where Emmett Till was killed.
Okay, yeah. Oh, right, because the whole kind of thing was like based around his murder, kind of, you know.
Yeah, a little bit.
It starts off like that anyway. Yeah. Oh my gosh, what a book! That book was crazy.
Oh, don't say I'm sorry, Brandon. I'm glad you're in the chat, and I'm glad you're not.
Didn't.
He said he's at work and listening.
Amen, brother.
Amen.
Appreciate you. Not I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What's up, man? Hey, listen, out here doing the good work. Hey, the podcast get you through at work sometimes. Sometimes you got to do it to make it happen. So
you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, I always love to hear your stories about, you know, you getting into it with somebody on the internet about something you said or commented on. It's like, Kat, what have you been, girl? What happened this time? What a mouthy little, you guys got something to say.
Oh, one of my favorite follows, her handle is the Uppity Negress. Oh yeah, Threads knows I love her comments. Like whenever she pipes up on somebody who said something slick. But I also try to remind people too that I guess one of my pet peeves is people that consider themselves white trying to give black people advice about how they should be handling things, because
Oh.
I try to weigh it because I think they are trying to be helpful. You know what I mean? Like that's,
Sure.
but it's like you don't know enough about this to be helpful. You know, like because people, once again, most people have grown up in some type of segregation. And we have a school system that was set up by the KKK. So you're not really learning about this. Like the people who wanted to argue with me about how slavery wasn't the worst human, like chattel slavery wasn't the worst human atrocity. It's like,
what do they cite as the worst?
Well, they're just saying because slavery's still going on in some places. Like it's always a
so
pivot.
That means that it wasn't bad. I mean, that's not even the conversation. Nobody's saying like slavery worldwide has ended, period, and that everything's better now. We're just saying like the version that happened specifically to Black Americans was particularly terrible.
Yeah. I had my entire ethnic identity erased. Like
what? What's wrong with that?
I mean, it's just it's bizarre. I was actually watching the episode of Atlanta where they went to that Juneteenth party.
Oh man, hold up, jog my memory, friend. I know it was wild.
Okay, so Van drags Ernest to this Juneteenth party that's being thrown by this Black woman and her white husband. And the white husband, like his hobby is Black history. So he's talking to Ernest like,
oh my God.
And like I said, like you may or may not have seen it, because when I've done a rewatch of Atlanta, there were a couple episodes I hadn't seen. This was a very memorable one.
Okay.
Because Van gets really drunk, and Ernest at one point, he finally ends up going off him. He's like, "This is weird. You guys are weird. Like, why are y'all?" He was like, "Stop trying to school me on my own culture." Like he was telling me, he's like, "You haven't been to Africa? What are you waiting for?" And he was like,
"Get your kente cloth on and go now."
It was pretty amazing. I feel like it had to have been. I don't know. So much of the stuff is so it's surreal but authentic in a way that I feel like it has to be drawn from personal experience. But yes, there is this phenomenon of, you know, I think for people who aren't truly integrated, like, or really understanding the world as it is, their version of the world, like I heard a white man give advice about trying to help Black people not get shot by the police. And so his big plan was to make sure your hands were visible the whole time. Moni, open your eyes.
I'm sorry.
You like engage with. You have to engage with this. And so it was kind of like, my guy, dude, you think Black people haven't thought of this?
Right. It would be. It's like, wait, what? That's all we had to do.
It's like when people, maybe when men give women advice about how to not get sexually assaulted. It's like,
I promise you, I was trying not to go there, not specifically to SA per se, but just like trying to using that analogy. But I do feel like sometimes it's the closest one in terms of like trying to get like even guys to understand sometimes some of the stuff that we're saying, because it's like you're so in the middle of it that it's hard to pull from. Like I remember I was telling you, my husband and I watched a movie. It was the Borat guy, Sacha Baron Cohen.
There it is.
And he has a movie that kind of flips everything, where like women dominate the culture, so you know, men are sort of, you know, in the place that women would normally do. And like even for him, he was
ladies
like,
first.
Ladies first. Thank you. Yes, ladies first. And he was just like, it's crazy because it's like you hear about it, but he was like, honestly, like watching the movie kind of had him like, dang, you know, I never even really thought about how certain things would be, because even down to the scene where like the CEO is trying to get him trying to get him to serve some D on the side, for a promotion or whatever, and he has to show up and like dance in this outfit and stuff, or you somebody grabbing your thigh under a table, like you're at a business lunch meeting and you're literally trying to President Trump me, it's like, really, this is crazy. So but like being able to see it like that, like is a little bit different than just hearing like your wife, your sister, somebody like complaining about being in a meeting, saying an idea, and then nobody's listening, and then a guy in the room repeats the same idea, and it's like, oh yeah, that's great, Chuck, and you're like, bitch, I just said that, like literally just said that.
And like I said, and I feel like people are gaslighting me. That's the whole thing. It's like, you're trying to tell me that I'm not experiencing reality. Is that what you're telling me right now? Like, you're so trying to, okay. And it's fine. I'm like, you know what? The best thing I can do is, like the idea that joy is reparations, rest is reparations, like all of these things. It's like, because being stressed out about it, that's what they want. And to be overwhelmed with it and you can't take it anymore. But it's like, no, I refuse.
It's why
We Refuse. That was a good book.
We Refuse is great. They say that we have like more autoimmune diseases because we're always internalizing it more, women in particular, with stuff like that. And it's probably why a lot of black folks are, our health outcomes are worse, on top of just the systemic racism that's embedded into healthcare and just about every other system that we interface with in our real lives. It's just kind of like, so you're right. The reclamation of joy, rest, and like really being a good steward over your labor and like what you're gonna lend your energy to, which is kind of doubling back to like the comments and shit. It's like, dude, I'm not getting ready to get on these comments and like you say, likely be arguing with bots. Like, I don't even really want to argue with people in real life, let alone, like a computer algorithm. So, just finding ways to just be like, okay, sitting in your truth and living your own truth, it's vital, it's definitely vital.
It is.
What is that?
I'm not in a soundproof studio.
What?
Yeah.
Be out in the wild, friend.
I know. Ronnie, hush.
Be quiet. Hush.
It's like I'm on the air.
Yeah, God. See? Just ruining everything. No, I'm just playing.
Right. It's like you ruined the tape.
Okay. Jeez. But yeah, okay, so what else is going on, friends? So,
well, you mentioned the T word.
Titties?
Did you say titties?
T-word? I did. It's the T word. Travel. You
said Trump earlier.
Oh, I already forgot about that. You see how I reclaimed my joy? Hey. I guess that's his place of business.
I know. But no, I was specifically talking about Donald J. Trump. He's been in the news lately because people are finally moving into a space of acceptance that he's all up and down the Epstein files. I feel like I knew this a while ago. Yes. Well, we'll put it this way. The mainstream media is finally like, treating it with the seriousness that it deserves. I feel like overseas you've been seeing more places take it way, way more seriously, but the US is really great at denial. Yeah.
It's almost maddening. Like, like you say, it's so gaslighty and terrible that it's exhausting. So you can't even, it's like, I can't engage with this. But to your point with the Epstein files and how people abroad handle it, I did see this clip of this. I want to say it was in Japan. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but it was in an Asian country, and it was a white man, and he's like at a park or something. No, it wasn't Japan. I take it back. maybe it was like Vietnam or.
Can we safely say Asia?
Gosh, it feels so general, but yes, it's still accurate. But this guy, this white man's in the park. The Asian older man was like, he was like, are you a pedophile? He was like, I'm sorry, what was that? He was like in the Epstein files, like, are you a pedophile? He said, you seriously think I'm in the Epstein files? He was like, I mean, basically, like, ain't that what y'all be doing now? Like, don't y'all like little kids? And isn't that why y'all be over
got racially profiled.
Yo, I was like, this is
That's pretty great.
It's not great to be racially profiled in general. It's great to see people who are typically not in that situation have to navigate that situation. You know what I mean? And I think that's like what we're talking about a lot of the time. It's like, have you ever been in a situation when you're minding your whole business and someone asks you, are you a pedophile? You're just standing there like, it's like, I mean, the things my brother gets asked living in Japan are not as like offensive as being a pedophile, but it's what in the minds of those people he's associated with, which might be like a rapper or a sports person, or
military,
or famous, or even military. But most of the time, just I think maybe because his height and stuff, they just think he's in sports or in an actor or something like that. But yes, or maybe in the military. I think more American people assume he's in the military because he lives in Asia. But it's just like, yeah, how does that feel? Especially when it's associated with something really negative. You be like, damn, I'm giving pedophile. I'm just standing here. Like, what makes you think that? And it's like, I have been indoctrinated. Anything I see about people who look like you has to do with touching little kids. I just thought maybe you was involved. So
yeah.
I don't know. It warmed my heart in a way. I thought, well, good for you, sir. You got to be profiled. How'd that feel? And yeah, defend your honor. Defend your honor. Love that. So yeah, very, very good stuff. Let's see, what else, friend? What else do we have? I haven't even been really watching the news, I'm telling you.
I never, just to be clear, I don't watch like the news. I get most of my information just from reading like online articles, and and Seth Meyers.
Okay, so
I do
anything interesting there?
And actually, and a lot of that I've been avoiding because they cover Trump so much. A lot of times with Seth Meyers, I'll just mostly watch corrections. That's the best way to kind of avoid Trump overload. But I also listen to a lot of podcasts. I feel like Trevor Noah. Really, really like his podcast. He has very interesting people from all over the world and all different sort of fields. So I feel like that's how I get but like as far as current events go, because I feel like the only thing that really had me tapped in was the World Cup for a while.
And it's gone now, right?
And that's over. There's really I'm trying to think like what is going on right now. It's you know what's going on right now? TV. I've been watching TV like crazy. They did a Rick and Morty spinoff called President Curtis. I love it. I love it down. It's pretty great. House of the Dragon has been heating up. They've been spitting hot dragon fire. What's my other little show I'd be all excited for? You know who has a good show? Larry David.
The one where he has the wig on?
Yes.
Yes, I've seen one episode of that. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, he's so daggone petty.
What
like
is that
he
show?
Really gives me. It's life, something in the pursuit of life, liberty, in the pursuit of unhappiness.
Okay.
Something like that. And they did a spinoff of Big Bang Theory. Yeah, that's right. I like Big Bang Theory. I know it's terrible and tacky. I still love it. And they did a spinoff called It's not great. It's upon rewatching, it's very problematic in a lot of ways. Racism, sexism, all the isms. But at the same time, it's like when I watch old movies, like when you watch Roger and Hammerstein movies and like old musicals.
Don't be bringing up Seven Brides for Seven Brothers. Don't be bringing that up because you know I love it.
I was actually thinking of The King and I, actually.
And I love that too. So
I do too. So that's the thing. Like you have problematic media, but there's a part of me that still loves it.
Yeah. Because I saw it before I knew it was a problem. It was like,
oh, I love this. Brenda was like, I have taken so many pictures with people assuming I play in the NFL, and I just let it happen.
It's like, bro, bring it in.
My son has done that.
That's funny.
My son was like, he was somewhere shopping, and these two white ladies came up to him and were just sure he was, I don't know which basketball player it was. So he just took pictures with them because they were just so happy.
I'm sure it is easier to let that happen. It's just like, you know what?
Yeah.
I want this to be done. So just please.
Yeah. And it's like, you know what? Why? I'm not going to take this away from you. Sure.
Has that ever happened to you before?
Where I've been mistaken for a celebrity?
Sure. Or just, yeah.
No, but I did used to get, when I used to work in the mall, like in the 1900s. I worked at Montgomery Ward, which was a very popular shopping spot for, older women. Mm-hmm. They sold a lot of polyester pants. And so, with the elastic waist. Oh, wow. And they love that. And so I'd be, checking people out, and so many of them would be like, oh, you look like Drusilla from the stories. Like from Young and the Restless. I got that more than once, but I didn't mind because I like, she's pretty.
Yeah, it just sucks when somebody thinks you look like somebody who you don't personally find attractive, and it's like, it's not to drag the person, but you're just like, what? Why would you say that? Like, I am offended.
Yeah.
That always reminds me of when my son was born. I may have told this on the show before, but yeah, like I was all deep in my feelings and stuff. Like I was having a hard time even like sharing him with my family, and my husband's family. It's a million of them. If one shows up, and if just his immediate family shows up, it's like 20 people. So they're all in my front room. People I've known since I was literally 15 years old, and like I just was like overwhelmed because everybody wanted to hold my baby. I'm like, this feels inappropriate. I don't like it. And but I'm letting it happen or whatever. And my father-in-law says my baby looks like Blake Griffin. Is it Griffith or Griffin?
Griffin.
Yeah.
And he does not.
I mean, well, okay, but here's the thing. This is how I took it, right? Because my son, when he was born, didn't have a lot of color on him. So very pale. And I didn't, like newborn babies apparently, like they can't focus their eyes all the time. So like sometimes the little eye might cross and stuff. You know what I mean? I didn't even know that. I was just like, I don't know.
Well, that's why they tell you to get the black and white toys with the contrast to help them, develop that. Focus. Because, they don't see super great. Yeah.
And that was something I learned, being a new mom and stuff. But anyway, that comment had me reeling. Like I cried because I was like, I told my husband, like I had to go up to my room and I'm like bawling. My husband came there like, what's wrong? I'm like, your dad thinks our baby is ugly. He just said my baby looked like Blake Griffin. He was like, he does not think our baby's ugly. He told my husband's wife that their baby looked like Peeble Bryson when he was born. I was like, so I guess he just has a thing where he's saying that people's kids look like stuff, but I also didn't, I was picturing Blake Griffin and I didn't take that as a compliment. So I thought he was trying to say my baby was ugly. Now I do want to say I don't think he's ugly, but I was just like, I don't think he looks like Blake Griffin, and I don't want you to say that. And you need to
I've never thought that your son looks like Blake Griffin, but also I don't think I really like Blake Griffin.
I mean, I don't know this man. That's the thing. Like, this is before I had seen any sort of media around. He seems lovely. That's the other thing. Like, now it's like, oh, okay. Because he was like, no, he's like one of the best NBA players. And he's this and that. And I just was like, no, you're saying my baby's cross-eyed and ugly because you think Blake. Because I, in the moment, was like, I'm sorry.
Anybody listening
I'm sorry. That's what I'm saying. I'm not even saying the man's ugly. I was hormonal at the time. And the
You
picture
had to
that
be.
I had in my mind, like, obviously, I mean, I was crying because he said that about my baby. And my father-in-law
Were
is
you
one of the
thinking
nicest
about
people ever.
Were you thinking about Eddie Griffin?
No, it was Blake. It was Blake with his red hair and stuff. And I think the picture that I had seen of him was real crazy, too. It wasn't a flattering picture of him. I don't actually think he's ugly. But at the time, I just took it as disrespect. I ain't even gonna lie. I was pissed. I was like, oh, okay, you trying to be funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really felt like he was trying to be funny, and I didn't understand why he would disrespect me in my house.
I wouldn't. Oh yeah, that had to be the hormones. Like Blake Griffin, I know you're listening. So please don't take offense. And if you would like to, I mean, I'm single, so that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, man. And it may be too because
I don't think he is though.
He's probably not, but also too. To me, he looks better the older he gets, but I think it's something about his eyes being like close together or something. I don't know.
We gotta stop. We gotta stop.
No. You're right. It's just gonna get worse the more I say it. Blake Griffin,
it's
we
not
love you
great.
here at the F.A.B podcast. You're an awesome
yes.
He seems really smart,
and
nice,
you
funny,
never,
all of those things.
And never got me too'd.
Yeah, he seems like a lovely man. So I take it all back. But at the time, days postpartum, I thought it was real messed up. So there's that.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Oakley dokley.
Yeah, so we'll leave it right there, guys. Sorry.
We'll leave it right there.
Mm-hmm. So what else, friend? Do we have other stuff we want to tap into? Somebody else, hey, y'all.
Thanks for everybody who's popped into the live.
How sweet is that?
Yeah, Jennifer, glad you made it back. And we're glad you caught us live too. I'm glad we did this. I really did think about giving up.
It did cross my mind as well. It always does when it's like, you know what, this ain't gonna work. I've already, like I told you, we had two soccer practices for my son today. One is 6:45 in the morning. He's got another one tomorrow, another two. It's just been a long day. My daughter had practice. It was just like, okay, everybody has stuff. And then, we can't just leave the people without an episode, friend. I mean, that's just not our style,
Sure.
So you just, you know what I'm saying, had to do it. Let's see, what else?
Uh-oh.
I don't think I have. Nope, I'm not reading that.
Okay. Well, no, I thought your sound had gone out for a while, but now I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about that comment. The diamond just said, girl,
nope.
Good for you.
And then,
you know what I'm saying?
But I'm trying to think what is coming up. Like I said, I think I've just kind of cleared away because I already know how this back to school energy is. I'm a vet at this point. I know not to overload the schedule when it comes to this. We want to have a good start. It's like flying a kite. You want to have a good running start before you're like, whew.
Yeah,
because we gotta.
That's real. I think, that may be the benefit of being an entrepreneur during those sort of times because, there's a certain amount of like, I can't control all the bullshit that happens at my job. I'm just going to have to go and take that and then come home and take that. And so I think I like to try to make extra space for like additional self-care if I need it. You know what I mean? Getting my nails done or like, or even sometimes it might just be staying up a little bit longer and watching like a show that I like. Just so I'm like, okay.
There's a new episode of President Curtis waiting for me when we wrap up.
Not President Curtis.
And I've been cooking a lot more of my meals. I feel like that makes such a huge difference.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, I'm trying to get away from that. I keep telling my husband, once my kids are older, you can forget about all this, okay? We're going back to the olden days. No, I'm just kidding. I'll cook when I feel like it, though. For real, that's what's gonna go back to.
Yeah.
So, what's
and
wrong
I
with
feel
that?
like maybe second phase, maybe he can pick up the torch.
Yeah, you know what? He's good on some breakfast, but yeah, we gotta get him on deck with them dinners. Let's get some dinners going, babe. That would be nice. I wouldn't hate that. So back to school for me is next week. I am fully in swing. I'm trying to get everything lined up, but I've done a lot of my stuff before too. So like you say, just setting yourself up for success in these spaces, and you know, just kicking the year off strong,
And-
man, because you got to.
Do you think we should give people some lead time in case they want to read some of the upcoming books with us?
I think that's a great idea, friend. I like that.
Okay.
I definitely like
so
that.
instead of spinning the wheel, we're just going to tell you a couple of the books that are coming up. So we're going to be reading Kin, K-I-N, by Yashar. Oh, I don't want to say her name wrong. We'll post it. We'll put it in the notes. But the name of the book is Kin. And then the other book is All the Noise. What is it?
All the Noise all at once.
Okay. All the Noise
maybe
all at once.
Yeah. Hold up. Let me make sure.
And I didn't know.
I thought you had it pulled up, friend. Hold up.
I didn't.
I think it's Deandra's.
I can't use any of my devices because I'm recording on one and streaming on the other, so I don't want to mess things up.
All the Noise at Once, a book by
All the Noise at
Deandra
Once.
Davis.
Deandra Davis. And then who's Ken? Who wrote Ken?
It is Tayari Jones wrote Ken.
Tayari
Jones. Mm-hmm.
Tayari Jones. Tayari Jones can write a book, y'all.
So this will be good. You guys get those books, read them, take them out at the library. Get your library card if you don't have it. Get your Kindles out. Do what you gotta do.
And if you have a Hoopla account, Google the class action lawsuit they've got going, because you can get up to $2,500 because they sold your data.
Ain't that something? Ain't they all? That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
And I've been using Hoopla, so yeah. But yeah, thank you. Thank you, friend, for thugging it out. Yeah,
we did
thugging it out tonight. Oh, also shout out to Gen Con. That just happened last weekend. Apparently, they got rained on inside of the convention center. I saw that on either Threads or Instagram, where they showed like basically, there was some flooding there. And I hope my cousin didn't get caught in it because she had a nice little iron out. So, you know, yeah, it's tough. But we should probably wrap it up because I'm getting the low battery for my, my little earpiece.
Well, friends, you heard it here first. Her earphones are running out and we're running out of time. So you guys, thank you for joining us this week. If you like this podcast, please follow us on social media at the F.A.B Podcast or the Fake Ass Book Club on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe, support the podcast. Go out there, do the things that you love and love what you do.
Because your body belongs to you.
Amen. And we're going to get on out of here, you guys. Enjoy the rest of your week. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Before we go, we must give thanks to Urban Nerd for providing our music, and legal services were handled by Trezanae M. Atkins. If you like what you heard, please feel free to join us every Wednesday for another Fake Ass Book Club. Cheers. Thank you guys for listening. You can check us out at thefabpodcast.com. Please subscribe, rate, and review our podcast wherever you're listening right now. We want to hear from you. Come put it in our life. Thanks again, and until next time, peace, love, and the Fake Ass Book Club. We out.